the most successful playwright appears in this school boarding theater system. His name was Franciszek Bohomolec. This is very, very active character who is not only writing extremely popular comedies, he is very good poet, and he is very much fascinated with creating of this new Polish language education system, and he writes books on correct Polish language. He is trying to introduce Polish language as really most important communicative tool for these young students in the boarding schools. He is Jesuit, he is a teacher, he is linguist, he translates, he writes theoretical treatises, he is explaining, he is fascinated by this neoclassical three unities structure of drama. So he introduces all these ideas into his comedies. He is also editing classical Polish texts. Kochanowski, I was talking before last week about this first great Polish poet of international status. So this is the first time that somebody seriously is editing and publishing Kochanowski verses. He is also writing poetry himself, translates, and he is, we would call today, a publicist. He is writing political, in political journals, something like the commentary on the recent situation. And this is the most successful example of his play that was given to these boys in this boarding school system created by Jesuits. Polish Parisian. And as you will see, it has nothing to do with this oldest suggestion, no female characters. Of course, female characters, but the problem is that all these characters have to be performed by the male students. And so we have no, unfortunately, we have no evidences how this was received, how this was done in practice. I will bring you this one play in details because this, just to give you, this is of course again imitation of the French comedy, but still there are some aspects of very much local Polish culture. Times of Renaissance. After a 5-year stay in Paris, Master Robert and his servant Marcin returned to family estate in Poland. Mr. Bogacki, so the rich one, his future father-in-law, sent Robert to Paris to study. Spoiled by this stay in Paris, Robert completely changed his personality and began to follow the principle of le grand monde, the big world. This set of strange and unusual rules includes, among others, supper no earlier than 1 p.m., going to bed no earlier than 3 p.m., using French nomenclature postures. It is dignified and elaborate body poses, not talking to clergy, an absolute ban on praying from prayer books, not attending church except on Sundays, and other unusual activities such as yawning. Proud and spendthrift, Robert cultivates this principle after returning to his hometown, which causes surprise and, with time, anger. Marcin, his servant, is similarly steeped in principle. The Robert servant, who, torn from the peasant family, accompanied the master to Paris and now calls himself Monsieur de Martinière. He is outraged at the simple orders given to him by Wilhelm Old Starsky, these old noble citizens. Robert returned to Poland because he was promised marriage to Mr. Bogacki's daughter and her considerable dowry. Ultimately, however, Mr. Bogacki is shocked by Robert's attitude and gives his daughter to Starski's younger son, Wilhelm, who shows dignified and God-fearing Polish manners. Robert's arrogance is punished, and Marcin must return, his servant must return to the family farm. So this is open attack on this French enthusiastic fashion. You should not imitate foreigners. You should be Polish. you should imitate Polish traditional behavior. And so this is part of this ideological, also educative program. All these plays, just like this, they are used the plot in order to bring the lesson, to teach the children, here to teach them their Polishness. At the same time,